Guys, I think we're cutting it a little close.
Big show tonight. We're gonna need a little extra time and hair and makeup.
Almost done, 1 more second. And that's a wrap.
Okay, great.
Uh-oh, guys.
What's the matter?
The bridge is up.
Yeah, that's okay. We just won't have time to stop for pie. Houston, we have a problem. The newsroom says the bridge is stuck. It's not coming down.
The anniversary show starts in 45 minutes, and we're not gonna make it sitting here. Time for Plan B.
Plan B? What's Plan B?
I have no idea, but we gotta get out of here.
It's gonna take an hour to get an Uber. They're all on the Portland side.
How about a boat? All of these boats, but no one around to actually give us a ride.
What's your plan B now? You gonna hail a yacht?
Okay, so this wasn't my best idea. Have you got a better one?
Do you know how to swim? Oh, come work for 207, Caldwell said. It will be so much fun, he said. Oh, you can tell the stories you want, Caldwell said. Unbelievable.
Kirk, we're gonna need an Uber on the Portland side in a few minutes. Make sure it's there.
Okay, will do.
The anniversary show is waiting for us.
All right, see you on the other side. It's fine, take your time.
You okay?
I'm fabulous, never better. Thanks for asking.
Big Al?
What are you doing here?
Retirement? Yeah, you know, you get bored. You gotta get out of the house.
The anniversary show's in 12 minutes. Gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go straight there, Al. No detours.
No Route 1?
Thanks, Big Al. We owe you big time.
If you ever need a ride, call me. You know where to find me on Route 1 in Wiscasset.
Are you guys dripping? Amanda, it's been a really long day. Can you just let us in, please?
Can you explain?
I told you, 207 does things a little differently.
Sam, you ready?
Almost.
What time you got?
6:59.
Never in doubt.
Had it all along.
Good evening and thank you. We are coming to you live from One Longfellow Square in Portland. We are so happy that you were able to make it and really happy that we were able to make it. What's the matter?
Seaweed.
Tonight we are celebrating 207's 20th anniversary. That is 5,000 shows, 2,500 hours of stories and interviews, kind of a big deal. So tonight we're sharing with you all of the most memorable moments from the last 2 decades.
Let's get right to it. Now, we all know there aren't a lot of celebrities in Maine, but whenever celebrities come through, we are always happy to talk with them. Is that an annoying part of your life? People constantly peppering you with questions and trying to stump you on all kinds of topics?
It does still happen sometimes. Last year I was on a book tour in St. Louis, and I remember the doorman at my hotel wouldn't let me in unless I named every U.S. vice president that acceded to the presidency.
She's your friend, Fran Drescher. Give us your best Nanny Fine.
It's just the laugh, really, let's face it.
You think you're getting grace and blessings?
I don't know. I say my prayers at night, put it that way.
Favorite beverage on a hot day?
Lemonade, homemade lemonade with a splash of Welch's grape juice and about a half a can of Fresca. It's the ultimate refresher. Try it. Homemade lemonade, Fresca, splash of Welch's grape juice.
Ooh, you threw me for a loop with that one, Andrew.
Dude, it is so good. Seriously, try it. I'm not kidding.
Another 207 anniversary. Oh my.
When I was 2 years old, I would stand in the wings in burlesque theaters. My father was in burlesque, and I'd stand there and watch the strippers and the chorus girls, and there's a lot of nakedness and everything. But
you're 2.
And I was 2 and 3. Yeah.
And this is perfectly normal to you.
Well, I was really upset when I found out women did not walk around with their clothes off.
All right, we have to talk about this Cindy thing.
Oh, I know.
Cindy
I can't believe it.
Cindy Williams, but not just that. We are both Cynthia Jane Williams.
That's a way to make it look a little younger and less stodgy.
And make me look a little younger and
why
less
not?
stodgy.
Why not? Less stodgy. Not that you look stodgy now. Now you look very, like, Republican.
A storyteller. That's what I feel like my job. My job has nothing to do with statistics. You know, statistics to me are boring. They put people to sleep.
Try this, Rob. Play the black keys.
I can't play. That's
Anything
the only
on the
problem.
black keys. Anything on black keys. Play the black keys, Rob.
I'm playing the black keys.
Ted, the wrestling geek, I want to tell you right now, she's 16 years old, not 66. Not the age of the women you usually date, brother.
I love it. I sneak up. I get in a car and I drive to Maine sometimes when I really just want to get a good feeling of what America should look like.
All right. When you leave Hollywood and are ready for a getaway, we want you to come to Maine and we want you to come on our show.
Let me ask you, do you have a good plastic surgeon up there? Otherwise, forget it, sweetheart.
Rob Caldwell, we certainly wish you were here. We miss you terribly. And may you live long and prosper. Good luck to you.
Your relationships got you into the tabloids back in the 80s and 90s. Didn't you have a relationship with a guy from Maine, if I remember correctly?
Oh, I sure did.
Yeah? What your epitaph should be.
He tried his best. He wasn't afraid to fail. He thought it was funny.
That is your epitaph for at least this interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Oh, man. Hilarious. Thank you. What a great interview. God damn.
We are just getting started this evening, and we are so happy to have live music for the whole hour.
Yes, give it up for the Unfinished Blues Band. And don't go anywhere. The 20th anniversary special for 207 is back after this. Take it away.
What's been at the heart of 207 has not changed since our first week on the air.
Yeah, we've always tried to tell the compelling stories of Maine, the story of her people, her places, and all of the exciting places in between.
Virginia, or Ginny as her friends call her, has been lobstering the waters off Rockland on and off for the last 9 decades.
They call me the lobster lady.
Curling is all about friendly competition. Like, it's for people who are as in it for the friends as they are for the competition.
You want to make sure you're like in sync with your partner, just like the hit 90s boys band.
It doesn't matter what someone plays, there's always jamming going on. And the best of it usually doesn't start till around midnight.
You want to go to bed, trust me, because you got to get up in the morning, but how do you leave? How do you leave a great jam?
Why did they call me the Wild Mountain Man?
Yeah, why?
Because I like mountain women. A nice joke, huh?
One of the things you learn watching pro wrestling is the value of a dramatic entrance. Wait for it.
Over the course of a year, there are some 200 volunteers who work to keep the Wiscasset, Waterville, and Farmington Railway both alive and working.
Since the pandemic began, he's put 20,000 miles on his car, driving back roads to document ramshackle houses and buildings before they disappear.
The last time I was here, this was still standing, so I've never seen the inside of this. And, you know, it looks like a big mess, but if you look close, I think, you know, it's just like abstract art.
They talk about my writing style. I don't know any writing style. Whether it's a must-read for Joe Blow from Newark, New Jersey, I don't know.
What gets teased out in this league is kindness, compassion, even patience. Often rebounds are quietly handed back to the shooter to try and try again.
There's a cut on here called King of Maine. Anything unusual about that? Anything distinctive?
Yes. In that song, I don't know if you've taken a listen to it, but there is a sample of my man, Rob Caldwell.
Welcome to 207. Welcome to 207.
It's the way life should be. Everything's pleasant. Tell them.
Was it cold? Yes. Was it tiring? Yes. Was it challenging? Yes. Was it worth it? Oh, yeah.
Something about you that might surprise people.
I hold the family record of 14 tacos in one sitting. I can touch my tongue to my nose. I think I need proof.
Do it or it didn't happen. Wow. Okay.
That's
great.
It's the most fun you can have at 5 miles an hour ever.
So I had to find out. So throw the clutch in first. And off we went in a machine almost 90 years old.
Questions? Oh yeah, the Summit stewards get questions. And some of the questions tourists ask have to be heard to be believed.
One of my favorites is sometimes when we're up here on Cadillac, people will come up to me and be like, all right, so how do I get to Acadia National Park?
When the sails are taut and the light is golden and the Bowden is running before the wind, it sometimes seems as if nothing has changed on this vessel in the last 100 years, and that nothing could be improved upon.
Okay, and you do it the other way 3 times. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
It's really that simple?
Yep. And all you have to do is keep practicing.
I'm thinking about how lucky we as Mainers are, like, to have this in our backyard. All you have to do is wake up early, and then you can enjoy it too.
We have memorable stories in the archives to do a 3-hour-long anniversary show, but the morning crew has to get to bed early, and we didn't want to inflict that on you or on them.
Right, so when we come back, a 207 reunion.
You cannot celebrate 207 without Kathleen Shannon, Caroline Cornish, and Amanda Hill.
So memory lane together.
Rob and I always used to say to each other, if this lasts 5 years, we are golden. And so, like,
surprise!
Right, exactly. And then when we got to 10, we were like, whoa. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kathleen Shannon.
And I'm Rob Caldwell. Welcome to our very first edition of 207.
Rob and I hadn't done anything like it, so we were like in hard news mode. You know, we were both anchors for quite a few years, and it was really, we were both really awkward. I mean, when we're like, I don't want to watch the first like 3 or 4 months of the show. I think 207, we let them in. Like, they got to see in some ways how the sausage is made, right? And that we are imperfect and, you know, our hair will be a mess or whatever. And typical Mainers, they were like, okay, those are my people.
I remember the iteration and
the awkwardness.
Well, no, not the awkwardness. No, just the figuring of stuff out, and figuring out, to me, it was figuring out that the good part was the chit chat.
Yeah.
And that there is plenty of news product.
No, I think I'm gonna.
This is a place where we can do storytelling and expand and share our feelings, and it's just different.
You came in after Kathy.
After Kathy, yeah. I loved 207 from the second I got here, and the thing that I loved about it was always interesting stories about interesting people. And so often in news, you have to tell sad stories or run to breaking news and things. And in 207, you had space to explore culture and music and different aspects of the world. And so that's what really drew me to the show, that and the fact that you could do interviews with people and kind of be nerdy a little bit, and that was okay.
You were the first, like, born and bred in Maine to be part of the show.
One of the first times I realized how impactful our show was. During the pandemic, it was like the second year of the pandemic. Someone had reached out because of 207. They were learning about these new interesting places in Maine that they had never been to, even though they've been in Maine their whole lives. And they started doing Adventure Thursdays with their dog. And so they would take their dog out for a little trip out to the coast or to some place that we featured on 207, and they would just sit and have a sandwich and just enjoy the state. And I loved that that was something that came out of the pandemic.
That's cool.
And
That's
that you
really cool.
gave them, you know, when we were all feeling so isolated.
Yeah. Did you cut the lights on us?
It's time. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for 207 True or False. Here's the first question for all of you. True or false? The very first guest interviewed on 207 was Bob Marley.
False.
Does anybody know who it was for extra credit?
How do you not know this?
It was Tim Sample. Okay?
Oh,
Tim
yes,
Sample.
yes.
True or false? Rob Caldwell ran into a fake door while cooking in the 207 kitchen. Amanda and Caroline, true or false? Kathy and Rob performed a choreographed dance outside of a Gunkwit Playhouse.
I'm going to say false.
True.
I don't think Rob dances.
Oh, he does.
What?
5, 6, ready, and side, rock, replace. Side,
Again, awkward.
Kathy and Amanda, true or false? Caroline and Rob did a story with the Portland Ballet Company and learned how to sword fight.
Oh, yes, I remember that one. Yeah.
That is true.
On guard.
Touche. You were pirates,
We
right?
were pirates.
Yes.
We learned how to pirate fight. That was very fun.
Which is another level.
Yes.
Caroline and Kathy, true or false? Amanda has eaten a spider, cricket, and grasshopper in the 207 kitchen.
God, I hope that's false.
Cheers.
Cheers. I actually really liked the cricket. Okay, it's crunchy. It was not bad. The scorpion was terrible because that actually like exploded in your mouth when you bit down on it. That was horrifying.
This one's for all of you. There is no greater co-anchor, friend, or teammate than Rob Caldwell.
I don't know. We love you, RC.
Wow.
We love you.
I just want to be clear that Amanda and I were like, true.
Immediately.
This one, she's like,
we really can't say how much has been contributed by these three. I get a little verklempt about it, thinking about the good times that we had, the fun times that we had, the friendship that we had, and also the really good stories and interviews that weren't broadcast anywhere else, that were unique to 207, that showed slices of Maine that were not seen anywhere else.
Absolutely. It looks like we're still on air, so we'll be right back.
Music. Music has always been one of the core elements of 207. We've, of course, done a lot of rock, a lot of folk, a lot of country, but we've also done everything from opera to klezmer to the Tuvan throat singers.
So here are just a few of the musical guests that we've had on our show in the last 2 decades.
I had gone to 2 years of high school, and I was kind of getting like, you know, I've been here, this is fun, but my career took off at the perfect time. I don't feel like I missed out on anything.
Still, you're 17 years old.
Yeah.
And
I'm 17 and a half.
You guys started performing professionally at an age when if you had gone into your local McDonald's and said, I want a job, they would have said, sorry, can't hire you. You're not 16 yet.
Anywhere. They would have said, you mean you want a Happy Meal.
It's not the end of the world if I have a flop. You know, I'm not going to be starving in the streets. On the other hand, you don't want people saying, well, he's over the hill, which maybe I am.
You know, we're playing bigger and bigger shows, and people across not just the country, but now the world kind of know our music, which is really exciting.
Music you sing in the shower.
Sinatra stuff.
Favorite Sinatra song?
Ooh, so many. Favorite Sinatra, I mean, Fly Me to the Moon's pretty good.
Sunshine, go away today. I don't feel much like dancing. Some man's gone and tried to run my life. He don't know what he's asking.
I'm going to be the president on Monday and Wednesdays and Fridays. And
I get
Crosby's
Tuesdays,
governor.
Thursday, and Sunday.
He has to work weekends.
Yeah.
And you have to cover the rest of the world. The diplomatic
no,
relations.
I'll run the coup d'etat.
We roll in here with 7 to 10 people on a regular basis and just kind of flop on the floor at 2 in the morning, and there's always something to eat.
When the band comes, it's a blast.
Heroin addiction, short stint in jail, 7 marriages. Are you surprised that you're even still around?
Sometimes I am, but you know, I'm probably going to be more surprised when I'm not.
All right, let's get into the dark side.
Uh-oh.
Let's get into the ugly stuff.
Oh no, not you.
You are a major weather geek.
Oh, yeah. Huge weather geek. I still correspond. I correspond with Keith, actually.
I've been playing around with a little Bach-like stuff. I put some of that on the front of it, like. And we changed the beat to a Beatle beat. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me.
It's history.
And it worked.
Well, here you are. No cell phone signal, 6-foot snowbanks, GPS apparently not reliable. I think you've really finally arrived in your career, Vince.
I think this is what they all profess to be heaven. It's beautiful up here. We're having a ball.
We're fighting for space in social media. We're fighting for space between Justin Bieber's muscles and the size of Kim Kardashian's ass. And that's what we're fighting, you know, and I don't understand all that.
You say I
too. And you say I talk so all the time.
You know, people always ask me, like, are you dating anyone? And it's like, when I find somebody that fascinates me as much as my career does, then I'll start dating somebody. But so far, nothing that I've found has ever fascinated me as much.
Now follow me again. Now. Now. Whoa! That was actually quite good.
Thank
Very
you.
low.
And when we come back, oh, the places we have been when we come back.
On 207, we have always had serious conversations about important topics.
At the same time, though, we've always liked to laugh at the absurdity around us.
Hey, Richard, it's Rob in Portland, Maine. Can you hear me?
Hey, Robin, how are you?
No, it's just Rob.
Hi,
not
Rob,
Robin.
how are you?
Just Rob. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, Rob, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Rob. Hey, Rob.
First of all, you've lost a lot of weight.
I have. I'm down an Olsen twin. I'm down 50 pounds, so that's pretty good. I went from size good Lord all the way down to hello ladies.
Shall we talk?
Whatever.
All right. Let me go back to the early years when you were, oh, come on, chill out. Sing it, sing it. Sing it.
Was that good? Okay.
That's pretty good. Let me off.
Over the years, people have told me on numerous occasions
that you actually look like Nick Clooney. What, that you like George?
Nick being George's father.
Yes. You look like Nick. You do. You look like Nick.
Was there ever a moment where you looked at your career or you were in the middle of something incredible and you just stopped and thought, this is it, I'm living the dream, this is what I want?
Right now, being here in Maine and talking with you on 207.
207 was
207, yeah, that was my dream.
When you do acting, when you're doing film or TV.
I want to ruffle your hair so badly. You are so, like, unbelievably, you're so, like, perfectly dressed and clean cut.
I said to the wife before I got on the plane, I said, it's my dream, the Lobster Festival in Maine. You know what this is going to do for my career?
What?
It's going to end it.
Do you remember the first evening that you got up and performed where it wasn't a class, where you were actually going out there and trying to make people laugh?
Yeah, the person in front of us was doing material that was just, it wasn't clean, it was not great, and it was just a little raunchy. And then I had to get up and do my mommy material, and didn't go well, did not go well. And so we were walking back to the car, and my husband said to me, well, if that's what you want to do.
I know what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, this is not right. Hold on.
Okay, I'm trying to remember my first aid training.
Okay, be quiet. I have a chair on my face.
Woo!
You ever have a zit that really, really hurts? Who wants gum?
Grab that. Power tool.
Awesome.
Well, that was a good start.
Okay.
You can see what school of cooking I flunked out of.
And a lot of these cooks on TV, I see they always have like catchphrases and stuff like that.
Bam.
Bam is one. Yeah. Kazowie, kaboom. Like, but let's
have one?
I got one that I made up from Maine, and you don't throw stuff in Maine, you chuck it. So every time I put something in, we're gonna say, chuck it!
Didn't you have a gig early on where you got paid in fried clams?
Fried clams. That was the first night. I got $20, plate of fried clams, and all the beer I could drink, which at the time was a lot of beer.
Kathleen Sherman, I just want you to know the things I have to do because you are such a wuss.
What do you do to entertain yourself when the weather is crummy around here?
Mostly I watch your show, and I think about how I could improve it.
We got to let that be the last word. Richard, thanks for talking to us.
Thanks,
Happy
Rob.
steaming.
Oh, Rob, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Rob. Bye-bye.
We're going to take a quick break and think about how we could improve our show. Stay with us.
Over the last 20 years, 207 has had a number of interviews with major political candidates.
Here are a few of the memorable moments from those conversations.
Let me begin by asking you about Governor Palin. What experience does she have in the field of national security?
Energy. She knows more about energy than probably anyone else in the United States of America.
Do you have any regrets about the way you have conducted yourself on the campaign trail in the past months?
Well, first of all,
any regrets about anything you've said or done?
Well, everything I have said has been factually accurate, but I think the mistake that I made is to think that I was a spouse like any other spouse who could defend his candidate. I think I can promote Hillary but not defend her because I was president. I have to let her defend herself or have someone else defend her.
Let me just play a little word association with you. I'm going to rattle off some names, a word, a phrase, a sentence, whatever first comes to mind about these people.
Can I use dirty words?
You may.
Okay, go ahead.
Michael Moore.
Total ass, slime ball, and outrageous in his lies about my family. Now, do you like a stronger statement on Michael Moore?
That was a perfect 207 day. Interviewed President Bush and Kenny Bunkport in the morning. That evening, Kathy and I did a live shot from the Freiburg Fair and ended the show in the fried dough truck. Stay with us. We're going to be back in a moment.
All right, local artists, chefs, playwrights, sculptors, the whole list goes on. There are lots of people that you don't usually see on local TV.
From the beginning, we have sought them out on 207 because they do so much to make our state and our world more interesting.
I've been writing on the same typewriter since 1965, and I bought it secondhand. It was 25 years old when I bought it. I've written everything I've ever written on it for 40-some years now, and there's nothing wrong with it.
When people come in here, they're going to expect the sun, the moon, and the stars.
Yeah, I know.
Make you a little uncomfortable?
It does. Yeah, I can tell you there are plenty of sleepless nights. And every night before the door opens, my heart is pounding.
David Warbeck
Getting so you can't have any fun.
puts on dinner theater like nothing you've ever seen before. Full musicals.
There's a bright golden haze on the meadow.
Using action figures.
Haze on the meadow.
I know that writers don't write the copy that's on the book jacket, but it says here, trajectory is further evidence of a writer at the height of his powers. Would you agree with that? Do you
No,
think
I did write that.
You
Rob.
did write that. When you do that, you don't know really how it's going to turn out, do
Oh,
you?
gosh. No, but that's the exciting part. I like things that are 90% chance of failure.
It's been in the last year that John's characters have really taken shape.
I was sitting around, I was kind of bored, I was in the house, and I decided I would do some pandemic sunset selfie jokes. So in one, I drew a little virus, and I put it in a jar, and I said, "Hey everyone, I think I caught it."
When he's around town, everybody's like, there's Chef Adam.
Every week, Adam's twin sister Emily and her wife Sarah help him create videos that he posts on TikTok.
Oh, pizza, I got it.
Most of them revolve around food.
Actually, I can make straight corn pizza.
And he's got a lot of people watching, more than 600,000.
One reason why the image struck a chord, Hewitt believes, is because hopeful is a word that invites action.
Being hopeful requires commitment. It requires action. And it requires you to take a chance.
What do you want to have for your last meal?
Oh, humble pie.
I'm sorry, we're sold out of that today.
Crow.
Just a quick update, Chef Adam of TikTok fame, when we did the story, he had 600,000 followers, now up to 2 million.
Insane. Awesome. All right, when we come back this evening, the future of the most important 3-digit number in Maine. Stay with us. Went on air 20 years ago. Many people asked, why the name 207?
Seemed to us it wasn't that hard to figure out. Anyway, in the last 5 or 6 years, a new issue has come along, one that we could not be watching more closely. Let's get right to the point, since this is the most important public policy issue of our time. The policy that Maine will run out of 207 telephone numbers and have to add a second area code. From time to time in recent years, the Public Utilities Commission has issued projections warning that this apocalypse is just a few years off.
It wasn't so long ago that federal officials called us up and they said, your time is up, you're going to need a new area code, start planning.
When the feds called and said, you're going to have to start making plans for a second area code, did anyone here use expletives to tell the feds where to go? We didn't really get an answer to that question, but we like to think there were expletives. In any case, the latest projection from the PUC calls for Maine to run out of 207 numbers around 2032. But wait, all is not lost.
We have additional measures that we're working on right now that we think could actually extend the life of the 207 area code out by decades.
You heard that right. Certain steps might extend the 207 area code by decades. Can't talk now. Busy. The PUC is trying to enlighten those federal regulators who don't understand what they're messing with.
And we tell them all you need to do is come to Maine and look around. You'll see hundreds of small businesses with 207 in their title. You'll see people wearing hats and t-shirts with 207 on them. You'll see bumper stickers. You'll even see a very popular TV show with 207 in it.
Do you guys talk about what the change could mean for a certain television show that's on weeknights at 7 o'clock?
Yes, that has come up many times actually, and we're hoping to keep fighting the good fight to preserve 207 so that existential question will never have to be solved.
We're told by the PUC, no one who has a 207 number will lose it. The new ones will be added in to new users. All right, we're about at the end. David McCullough, whom you saw a few minutes ago with his typewriter, wrote on that typewriter this line: ingratitude is a shabby trait. We are beyond grateful for all the support we have received from so many people who have made possible this evening and 20 years of 207.
So first of all, we want to say thank you to the Unfinished Blues Band for being here with us tonight. One Longfellow Square for having us. Of course, Big Al, who else but Big Al would be here with us. And of course, thank you to our colleagues and the News Center Maine, every department really at News Center Maine. A special thanks to engineering, production, the people who get us on air, and of course, our friends in the newsroom.
Thanks as well to the contributors who've been on the show. Hold your applause. Special thanks to the small but mighty band who were here at the beginning. You built a sturdy ship that still sails proudly. You've kept it going, and we're going to keep it going for a long time, we hope.
Yes. All right. Our current 207 colleagues deserve a special thanks as well. Reporter, the one and only Don Kerrigan. Producer, Aaron Tangway. Videographer, Kurt Craddy. You guys are the best. You make work so much fun.
Our final and most important thank you is to the folks at home who have watched this show so loyally for 20 years. They have given us encouragement. They have given us kindness. They have given us compliments. It's like nothing I have ever seen in 40 years of broadcasting. All we can say is we deeply, deeply appreciate it. We are so grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is it for 207 this evening. Cheers to the third decade.